Hey everybody, I'm DeoGenZ. Welcome to my Pokemon Black walkthrough. Tasty tracks provided by Star Tropics King. How are you all doing today? We are going to face Clay. I'm kidding, but we're going to meet him at Chargestone Cave. So we are going to face him, just not in the fighting sense of face. We're going to be face to face. Uncomfortably close. Irritably close. To the point where you can smell his mustache. Yeah, I bet you thought he didn't have one. But you never got that close to his face to find out. Haha. So, I was recently playing Link's Awakening, and that game is blowing my mind. I am playing it on the 3DS through the Virtual Console, and I have to compliment the 3DS big time for what they're doing with that. I'm glad that Nintendo pulled this off right, because they really needed a win after WiiWare. They kind of let it fall by not supporting new releases and developers, but this time around things seem to be excellent. The way that they implement the Virtual Console, it's almost as if you were playing on an emulator. It's got a save state feature, so you can save right before and have your separate in-game save. And what's useful about that, well, for example, specifically Zelda, if you save the game, it always starts you, no matter where you are in the dungeon, at the beginning of the dungeon. Now, if I was at the boss, which this has happened to me already twice, I like to save right outside the room. This way, if he murders my ass because I'm trying to figure out his boss strategy, his pattern to defeating him, I don't want to have to start all the way back at the beginning. So it's totally excellent that they added that to the Virtual Console. But the game itself, Link's Awakening, it's like a mushroom trip. I understand Link is asleep, but, oh man. It's really freaking hilarious. Even the first task that you have to do in the game, besides getting the sword, is getting a mushroom, mixing it up into some concoction and then blowing it at a raccoon. And is that raccoon supposed to be Mario? I think it is. I think that's a mentioning cameo of Mario 3. Because when you go to his house and you see him without the raccoon costume on, or just after you powder him with the mushroom dust, or whatever you want to call that, the spores of the fungus, Amoongus, you'll see that he has a very big nose and distinct mustache. He could be Mario. That raccoon was maniacal. And it's excellent because even if that raccoon wasn't harking back to Mario 3, there are so many other shout-outs to past Nintendo games, specifically Mario. Yoshi dolls, Goombas, piranha plants as enemies. It's really fantastic. There's almost a tad... Oh yes, this is an important house in here. Shiny Stone if you want to evolve your Togepi, or not Togepi, but Togetic into Togekiss when you transfer it over. But there's even a bit of a platforming element in there, because Link later on gets the ability to jump around and hop over gaps. So the way that Nintendo designed some of the levels was that it would be a side-scrolling platformer type level in some parts of the dungeon. It's really a fantastic game. Every day I'm loving Zelda more and more. I could see it getting to the level of how I like Pokemon. Looks like the nest of electric-type Pokemon called Galvantula. Don't know why they're being nesting here, but if there are folks having problems, the gym leader's the one that has got to fix it. Or one to fix it. Krokorok, take it out. Yep, so we see activist gym leaders. Something I was mentioning in the previous episodes. That is something somewhat new. Aha, and he wanted to give us a TM. Bulldoze! This is a lesser version of Earthquake, except it lowers the Pokemon's speed who it is hitting. Of course, not flying types or Pokemon with levitation, but when it does land a powerful bulldozing punch, it will lower that Pokemon's speed. And I say it's a lesser form of Earthquake right now because If you're playing legit, which I'm going to assume you are, you're not going to find Earthquake until later in the game. So this is the strongest ground type move you're going to find for a while. Come! What is up with these guys? My Lord N, we brought the one you wanted. Ah, yes. That was the Shadow Triad just now. Geetus enlisted them in Team Plasma. Apparently, they were the ones who prepared the Galvan Tulin nest at the cave entrance. Chargestone Cave. I like this place. Formulas express electricity and its connection to Pokemon. If people did not exist, this would be an ideal place. You have been chosen, you know. No, it doesn't surprise me. That's the main plot of almost every video game. I've been chosen for something, and I have to be the one. Charon is pursuing his ideal of strength. Poor Bianca has faced the sad truth not everyone can succeed in life. And you are not swayed either way. More of a neutral presence. Again, very common plot in video games. The main character does not say much, but he is or she is the one. Anyway, hey! Damn, I thought we were right about to get out of dialogue boxes. DeoGenZ, did you know this? The floating stones move when you touch them. I was just about to touch them, but you stopped me. Hi there. How are you, DeoGenZ? This place is always charged with lots of electricity that Pokemon like. Like Electivire? The electric charges react from one stone to another, and that's why some of the stones are floating. But not all the stones can be pushed. My father asked me to research Clink, which is a Pokemon that looks like a gear, because I'm researching the origins of Pokemon and the era they appeared. He knows how to get what he wants from people, but I was already interested in this anyway, so it's a lot of fun. Oh yeah, DeoGenZ, this is for you! Okay, so that boring dialogue box was worth wading through, because Lucky Egg is one of the best experience-raising items in the game. It's top-notch. It's a must-have for anybody who needs to get their Pokemon powered up quickly. I'm so glad that the creators of this game allows you to get this item so early. In past generations, you haven't been able to find that until your main quest is good and done and over. It's such a useful item, and I'm glad that they realized that. And look at this! I'll go on about the Lucky Egg afterwards, but wow, Joltik! This is the Pokemon that we're adding to my team. No! Weakening my... oh, just ability. I thought it was weakening my defenses. Will lower your speed. How you like that, huh? Take my ability, I'll take your speed. I'm not even going to risk attacking it again. Since we're in a cave, a Dusk Ball's the most sensible solution. There we go! Joltik! Now we've got our own electric charge. The attaching Pokemon. Joltik that live in cities have learned a technique for sucking electricity from the outlets in houses. Crafty little devils. Very cute. I could see them looking like a plug. Imagine if that thing jumped at your face. It would look like a plug, kind of, with 4 prongs. And there you go. Caught an electric Pokemon. You're going to need some paralyzed heals with you. Just in case it gets a little rowdy during training and, like Pikachu, decides to shock you. But we will be using that Lucky Egg to train Joltik because it gives the item holder much more experience points than just defeating a Pokemon normally. So now you will see that in battle. Going to keep it on Vanillite for now because he's up front. And I want to show you the effects. See, look at that. All that experience points. I don't know. I guess it's kind of hard to tell without any comparison, but trust me, that's a lot more experience that we gained than we would have if I didn't attach the Lucky Egg. Hi there. Did you find something? No. Well, yeah, I mean, I found a Joltik, but not what you're looking for. We found no gear Pokemon because I'm cutting them all out of the recording. We're going to see 1,000 more just battling trainers. There's no reason to see such a pathetic excuse for a poke. It's funny because it's on the level of Magnemite and Magneton, which I think people like a lot more just because it's first gen. But here's the thing. I didn't find any interest in Magnemite or Magneton until there was Magnezone. Now that was an evolution I appreciated. But until then, I thought those were pretty poor Pokemon as well. Kind of boring, but still an interesting concept. Gear, or not Gear, but that was what its Japanese name was, but Clink is just a gear. Solely just a gear, and it's looking like one of the laziest attempts at making a Pokemon other than Trubbish, which is just a garbage bag ripped open, having Poke-garbage spew out. Sometimes you gotta wonder, how did these Pokemon evolve over time? What were the environments in place to make a garbage bag Pokemon arise? Oh, only in Unova, based on America. Oh, what a horrible reputation. There are stairs going down ahead. Team Plasma is waiting for you there. Okay, thank you, Shadow Triad. I don't know why we needed that hand-holding. It was kind of apparent. There was no other way to go. Tell you what, though. One game that's not very apparent in ways to go, Link's Awakening. Yeah, see, look, Clink. 2 gears. My apologies. 2 gears, yeah. Whew, that's hard to create, but Link's Awakening, oh man, it's really awesome that the 3DS has an internet browser built in, because I frequently go to strategy guide sites to figure out where the hell I'm supposed to go next. Some of the clues and tips they give you are so vague and out there, they're like riddles. Yeah, in fact, that's exactly how the tip system goes. They're not even like riddles, they are riddles, and you have to figure them out. Otherwise, you're not going to progress through any dungeons. But I really like that mind-bending, thought-provoking classic gaming. And then you get into this, Pokemon Black and White, where you have the Shadow Triad walking you over where you need to go. It's a bit of a difference. And the doctors. Might as well call them Dr. Lecter. Those heartless fucks. Attacking us when we're down. So cruel. Imagine our Pokemon were beat badly in a battle, charred from Charmander's flame and scratched up and bleeding from his claws. And obviously it has no more will to fight. It's out. And we come across this insane nut who says, "Oh, before I heal you, I need to fight you!" So then he kicks the shit out of your already half-dead Pokemon and then murders it. And we gotta bring it to Lavender City. Ugh, awful. I know that America's healthcare is not doing great, but Unova's healthcare is a bit psychotic. Very masochistic towards the Pokemon. We'll beat the pulp out of those beaten Pokemon. And then we'll heal them. You know, when they're at the brink of death. Not comfortably close to it. So, I'm DeoGenZ at the comfortable closure of this video's death, saying I'll see you next time, and when I do, we'll face this guy right here. You came here because of the Shadow Triad. See you then.